help him pick up acorns? Good job, baby. Woo, yay! Alright, so we've got a whole bunch of acorns. Now we've still got to sort through them all. Look for any bad ones or ones with holes and things like that. And we grabbed a couple of hickory nuts to crack open and check out.
I think.
Yeah, you see that, baby? All right. So my son has been researching making acorn flour, and since we've got a gazillion oak trees here, I went out there and helped him collect pretty much a 5-gallon bucket of them, and he's been researching the process, and so he's gonna give it a try and see how it works. Right past her.
Put them in your pocket. I'm trying. Oh. You find one? Nope.
Yeah, she's pup dog.
Yeah.
Couple more kicks and I'm done.
Thank you. There you go, puppy. Oh. So close. Oh.
One. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Friends, I'm happy to be partnering with Sanctified Supply Company. They are the people who make all of those great Biblical Feast t-shirts that you often see me wearing, and several more of the shirts that I have. You can find the link to their website in the video description down below and check out all of the things that they make. And when you shop there, you can save 10% if you use my discount code, Cornbread. Go check them out. Let's go! I'm coming.
Hey.
Yeah, we gotta go let the chickens out. Go! Go! Now pull it. Ready? Ready? Oh, here they come. Here they come. Ah! Here they come. Say, come on, chickens. Come on. Say good morning. Good morning. He's so cute. Baby, look. You gotta throw it over there. There you go. Woo! Woo! Good job. Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So my little granddaughter, as you saw, accompanied me out for doing chores this morning. I get a lot of questions about my son and daughter-in-law and granddaughter Our property has an apartment that is here, and that is where my son and daughter-in-law live, and of course the grandbaby. And I do get to keep grandbaby quite a bit. My older granddaughter, I have another one, she doesn't live here. She lives in Tennessee / Kentucky with her parents. My other son, who's in the Army. But my older granddaughter, the one who lives here, I do keep her quite a bit. My daughter-in-law works, my son is in a tech school, and so I get Willow quite a bit. And from time to time you see her in those videos. So today my daughter-in-law actually had to work really, really early, and so I had Willow with me out there doing chores. Of course, it makes chore time last about 3 times as long, but that's okay. So this morning I realized, you know, I have these apples sitting back here on the counter, and my granddaughter, Willow, loves the word apple. And anytime she sees anything that looks even remotely like an apple, whether it is an actual apple or a tomato, she loves the word apple, she says the word apple, and she makes a point of showing me the apples. But that also means she bruises the apples because, of course, she's 2. And I don't want these apples to go to waste, so I'm going to kind of salvage what I can from these very bruised apples. And I'm going to make a recipe I have not made in ages. But it is fall, even though it's going to be like close to 90 degrees today. I can enjoy the fall colors out there, look forward to the fall temperatures, but definitely enjoy the fall flavors and make some apple scones. So that is what I'm going to do today. All right, friends, so I've got, my oven is preheating to 425 degrees. And I've got 2 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour here in my mixing bowl. Sip of coffee. So I'm going to mix in 1/3 cup of brown sugar. So I need a teaspoon of baking powder. Or excuse me, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh, are you going to help, baby? Yeah, this is cinnamon. Here, let's move that out of your reach a little bit. All right, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Yeah, almost going to use that in a little bit. And then I need, oh, I forgot the baking soda. Swap places with her. All right, so then I need, we got the cinnamon. I'm going to need 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Oh, I don't need that one yet, baby. Thank you.
Look.
Hold on. Watch what Oma's going to do. And this is not something I hardly ever measure. I'm just going to grate it until it looks about like 1/2 teaspoon. I see. Careful. Shoo! 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And people always question when I use baking powder and baking soda, but just trust me. You'll want both in this. All right, let me get all of these out of the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my pastry blender here and just kind of mix these all together. Get all my dry ingredients mixed in. You stirring? Yeah, I'm stirring. Spoon, I see that spoon. So now we're gonna dice up some apples here.
Apple?
Apple, that's right. You've beat up these poor apples. Let's see. I think we'll start with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel these. This apple actually doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. Got a little bit of bruising here and there.
Yeah, apple.
Yeah, I see the apple. Thank you. Am I cutting it? All right, cut off all the big old bruises. I'm just gonna go ahead and dice this up. Are you helping? Are you cooking? Ooh, hard work. Ooh, hard work. Oh, thank you. All right. All right. Let's get all this out of the way. That'll go out to the compost. All right, so I got my apple chunks here. So next up, I need some cold butter. Now I'm only gonna need half a stick of butter. And my oven is ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm going to cut this into very thin slices. And then I'm going to put it into my dry mixture, and I'm going to use my pastry blender to...
Bye-bye.
Oh no, did you drop it? Go get it. To mix this all in. Yeah, that one's a whisk. That's called a whisk, baby. Alright, put this away. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my pastry blender here. Yeah, flour, that's right. And I'm going to mix these all together. It's called cutting in the butter because the wires essentially cut through the butter and break it up. Oh, I don't need that one. Thank you, baby. So you just kind of press it against the bottom and the sides of the bowl. Kind of twist as you go. Now when you first start, you may have to periodically take a knife or a measuring spoon handle and get it off of there because it will stick on at first. You just do this a couple of times. Now another thing that you can do is if your butter is super cold or even frozen, you can use a cheese grater and grate this and then just put it straight in without having to do this step. I have done that a couple of times, but honestly I usually forget and I just do it like this. This only takes a couple minutes. Alright, and you're basically just going to do this until you don't have any pieces of butter left that are bigger than a pea. And that'll do it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and measure out my milk. I see it. We're going to need 2/3 of a cup. Let's go ahead and pour that out. Measure that. Okay. No, baby. Almost got it. I got it, yeah. Alright. Alright, now before we add the milk, we're going to go ahead and stir in the apples. I'm just going to stir them all in, get them all combined with the flour, get them good and coated, that way they're not sticking together. That's Let's move this bowl out of the way. And oh, by the way, I get so many comments about these bowls. I have 2 this size and 2 this size. These are my chicken ones, and then I have some that have stripes on them and a different kind of glazing. The people that I got these from are here in Arkansas, and their pottery is called Old Dog Pottery. And they're the people that I got my sugar jar, or excuse me, my salt jar. It's actually a honey jar, but I use it for salt. I got that from them. I have some mugs that I got from them, and I absolutely love their work. And they're going to be doing they're going to be doing a restock of their shop November 3rd. So if you are interested in getting any of these, go check out their website. It's on Etsy, but they have the link olddogpottery.com. If you want any of these, set your alarm because they sell out immediately. And they have other bowls as well. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour in the milk. Now we're starting off with the 2/3 cup, but you may need a little bit more. It just really depends upon how dry everything is. Sometimes you need up to 2 more tablespoons of milk to get this to come together.
Milk.
Yeah, milk.
Milk.
Yeah. All right, now these are scones, so your dough is going to be kind of stiff. I'm going to sprinkle a little flour on the counter here. And then we're going to turn out the dough onto the surface here. Here, you want to stir in that one? All right, I'm going to flour my hands a little bit. And we're just going to kind of very quickly give this a quick kneading to make sure everything is mixed together real good. Now this is going to be chunky and lumpy because of the apple bits, so you're not going to be able to knead it a whole lot. You just want this to come together real good. Alright, so I've got this shaped into a ball. I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. Grab a little more flour. Set the extra right there. Alright, so I'm going to shape that into a ball again, and then I'm just going to pat this down. And you want this to be about a 6-inch circle. Just squish them together.
Why?
No. Leave them alone. Alright, so now I'm going to take my dough blade here, and I'm just going to cut this into 6 wedges. Alright, and then I'm going to take my wedges and I'm going to set them over here on my baking stone. I really like to bake things like biscuits on my baking stone, and I'll show it to you here in a second. Because the stones just hold a more even heat, and because they heat up slowly, the bottoms of your biscuits don't get hard. And that, of course, applies to scones as well. Alright, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other half. I'm going to kind of shape it into a disc, about 6 inches. And then cut it into 6. Alright, so I'm going to finish off my scones with some turbinado sugar. And this is that really, really coarse sugar, like Sugar in the Raw, I think is one of the brands. It's also called Demerara sugar and things like that. So I'm just going to sprinkle a tiny little bit on top of each scone. But just basically, just putting a big pinch on there. Maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right, the scones are ready for the oven. So we're going to put these in at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes or until they are just golden. All right, good job, baby. Here, let's pick it all up. Yeah. What are you doing? All right, friends, so there are the apple scones. Now, baking with a grandbaby, sometimes you can get a little bit distracted, and I did. And I forgot one last step before these went into the oven. I should have brushed a little bit of milk over the top. And you can see some of the tops look a little bit dry just from the flour that was on the outside of them. Had I brushed the milk on top, it wouldn't have looked like that. So I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of moisten the tops, is I'm going to make a really quick cinnamon glaze to go on here and just moisten the tops a little bit. Alright, so I thought I was recording, but my battery had gone dead, and apparently all of my batteries for my other camera are dead and now charging. So in my little dish here, I've got 1/4 cup or so of powdered sugar, a few pinches of cinnamon, a little splash of vanilla, and then I added a little bit of milk. And I'm really just going to whisk this together until, you know, it makes a glaze, and add milk just as I need it. And so obviously that's not a glaze yet. So I'm going to add another little splash of milk. And I actually want this glaze to be kind of thin because, you know, I'm just using it to moisten the tops of the scones. So we don't need this to be thick as a usual glaze, and we definitely don't need very much of it. So that tiny little bit right there should be perfect. So now I'm just going to take my little pastry brush here, and I'm just going to brush the glaze over the top of the scones.
Apple.
Yeah, it's apple. Oh boy. No, they're not hot anymore. No, it's not hot. You want one? You want some? You can get your plate? Yeah? Okay. Get your plate. All right. You want one? All right. Here, let's get you a little bitty one. Here, watch out. There you go. One for you. And get one for Oma. All right. Yum, yum. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get a fork? Yeah, let's go get it. All right, come on. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Let's go to the table. Little Miss Bean and I are going to enjoy our scones, and I'm going to have some coffee. Thanks for spending some time with us here today as we did a little bit of fall baking. Of course, you can get this recipe on my website, cosmopolitancornbread.com, where there's over 800 recipes. So that is it for today, friends. Thanks for joining us here at the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.